I done got frook out. What's this crap here?
Well, you're just a little boy in the dark there,
I
aren't you?
choose the darkest spot I can get for recording. It's not too dark.
The problem is,
Yeah,
Brian, you think the darkness is your ally.
I was born. No, I knew where you were.
Hello, Monty.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
Mate, there's a lot of Bane talk. More Bane talk than other sports programs. Except Aaron Baines.
That's our new slogan.
More Bane talk than other sports.
Aaron Baines Bane-themed sport podcast.
I think there's another man called Bane, like a sport man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, couldn't tell you who though. Yeah.
Is that really your story? I think there's another sport man and then a big gap.
Well, I was obviously trying to think about if I knew who the sportman was. Aaron Baines, I think, is the only one I can think of. Did you know
Are you all right? Have you had a long day, mate?
No, I had a good day. I had a daddy-daughter day. We went to the pub for lunch, and we popped in on her grandpa, and we did some shopping, went to some parks. We went to some parks. That was kind of cool. Not much Bane talk. No, you were just drinking out of a quite fancy glass there.
Yeah. Sorry, no. Hang on. You're trying to distract me. Multiple parks?
Look,
what was the first park not giving you that the second one?
I'll tell you what. I was in the inner city, and the multiple parks were almost attached to each other, and we only went to the second park when I was like, holy crap, look at the crazy cool stuff they got at that park. Have you seen parks these days, man? It's not like when we were kids. There's like sand-filled or wood-chip-filled death traps on concrete. Like, these things are like fancy as.
And they've got that weird kind of like gravelly material but synthetic, not real.
I know what you mean,
gravel.
and I love it. I love that stuff. I don't know what it is. It's amazing. It's like gravel that's been...
no, but it's pleasing to the touch.
It's like gravel that has had a Star Wars style problem and been encased in Mylar, or what was the stuff that they got Solo with?
Carbonite.
That's it. Lindsay's looking at me.
It's May the 4th.
It's today, May the 4th. Yeah, the fuck off. I made a Star Wars thing without even knowing it. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Works good for me, a guy who has a list on a day like this. May the 4th be with you.
And fucked it, mind you.
And fucked it. Yeah, I did fuck it. Well, you know what you do in case in Mylar?
No.
Comic books. Is that right?
What's Mylar?
No, maybe I've made up a substance again.
What the fuck's Mylar?
I've probably made up a substance again. I'm Googling it now.
That's why we had such a long break from the podcast. You just wouldn't stop making up substances, and I just...
Yeah, Mylar. It's a plastic film that you put around comics. Yeah. So I was right. I didn't make up a substance this time.
A plastic film that they put around
you
comics.
Next time, substance maker-upper. All right, so, ostensibly a sport podcast. You got anything sporty? How's your sport week been? Anything sporty?
Oh, yeah, I'll do the podcast now. There are times in a man's life.
Go on.
No, that's it. There are just times in a man's life. 3:15's one of them. And 12:47's another.
Did you pick those times for any reason?
No, they are times, though, in a man's life. They're just times.
Yeah, there's not infinite time, so is there? Is time a thing too? Like, time's a flat circle, right? Like, we don't think time's real. We made
Did
time.
you say time's a flat circle?
I did.
Did you mean to say that?
I did. You unfamiliar with that concept?
Well, but as opposed to what? What flat circle as opposed to
a
what?
linear thing. A linear happening that hasn't happened.
All right, but I thought you meant a 3D circle of some kind.
Like a globe? Did you know, throat lozenges?
This is going to be good.
No, this relates. It relates.
Just hang on, everyone, I don't know if you're mowing or, folding some laundry. Just put it down. You don't want to throw it in the air in excitement. Lozenges, yeah. What?
Do you know why it's called a lozenge?
Lozenge. I don't suppose there's any clues in the word itself, no?
No. None.
Right.
A lozenge is a shape.
Get the fuck out of here. So it's like a 3D
Yeah.
square with rounded edges.
Yeah, like not a cube, obviously not that, kind of rectangular sides, rounded edges, and square kind of larger sides on either side.
Get the
Yeah, a
fuck
lozenge
out of
is a
here.
shape. Yeah, isn't that interesting?
How long-
I thought you'd kind of be into that.
How long have you been sitting on that fucking gem?
About a week. About a
Alright.
week. I don't think I would have remembered it longer than that.
All right. Well, yes, this is What's the Go. My name's Stu. That's Monty. Just coming in with some fire fucking facts. And
you.
look, you won't get a sport podcast that's sometimes car-based and often tangential, which will have better facts. I'll tell you that now.
Haven't been car-based for a while.
No, that's the slogan is now sometimes car-based.
We should sometime do a car one. then.
Actually, it was car-based for a bit there, mate, when you weren't answering my phone calls and I was just recording myself driving home from work by myself
That's
in a car.
fair. It was kind of.
Let's talk about NRL because that's probably our biggest wheelhouse here,
bread and
and we're in the
butter.
midst of the season. Now, listen.
Yeah.
Guess who's launched a bid to be the 18th NRL team? Did you see that today?
I did not. Was that today? Who's launched a bid? Can I guess?
Please.
Okay, I've got a couple. First off, maybe Perth. Secondly, the Pacific Islands combined together. Thirdly, Antarctica.
Oh, what? The scientists?
Yeah, I suppose.
Do they have a few kind of roided up fellas who are happy to pack down in the middle and a few nippy...
I heard Roald Amundsen was a gun winger.
Oh, okay.
Is he an Antarctica guy? Did I get that right?
Rolled almond son.
Nice. No, who is it? Who's the team?
It's the Kummels, isn't it? PNG.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, good.
That would be
Good.
amazing, wouldn't it? You've heard it all before, probably on Roy and HG or
Yep,
somewhere
the
else. Rugby league is the national sport in Papua New Guinea. You won't get a more passionate fan base.
No, they love it.
And I'll tell you
They love
something
it,
else.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the Melbourne Storm having to play them and fly all the way from Melbourne up to Port Moresby for a game.
But it would work the opposite way, wouldn't it? The poor Papua New Guinean fellows would have to fly down to Melbourne once every now and then. Although I suppose you could kind of set up the season quite well for them, couldn't you? They say you split the season in half for them. One half they're playing in Australia, the other half they play at home. So they fly down to Melbourne, then make their way north. And the midway point of the season is then playing North Queensland. Then they have a bye while they go home. And then, week by week, every other team comes up and sees them in Port Moresby.
You're still suggesting they fly, though. You're not just saying that they kind of trek from Melbourne, are you?
Oh, yeah, definitely trek. They're a trekking people, aren't they?
Well,
Or were they just
yeah.
helping us with the trekking?
Yeah, I don't want to... Yeah. They paved the way. They helped pave the way, didn't they?
Yeah, they're good at it.
We're
Fuzzy and
talking
Wuzzy and
about-
Angely.
We're talking about... Well, I got a bit worried that would come out.
Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel. Is that not okay?
I don't think it's okay. Like, it was okay then. Anything was
Yeah,
okay
sure.
then.
Oh,
'Cause,
mate, get your fill. Yeah.
No one had any empathy. But
Well, I meant no offence by it. Those people, whatever name that is more appropriate to use for them, hold a very special place for Australians. They looked after us immensely, and the story is told hundreds of years later. Well,
absolutely.
100 years later.
I think, though, the trek from Melbourne up to, let's say, Townsville, because they'll probably play the Cowboys at the end.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, and then they boat back home on a long boat.
That'll be probably easier going than through the kind of the inland mountains of Papua New Guinea.
I reckon they'd be you'd be fine. Sydney, like all the teams there, you'd just be trekking from, say, Belmore to Leichhardt. That's not too bad. But I think the hard one would be the long slog up the Hume over a week.
Yeah.
From Melbourne up to Cronulla, or to Wollongong, I suppose.
Do they still get machetes, though, if things are in the way? Just kind of machete them out of the way?
I would assume.
All right.
Yeah.
I think, have we treated this bid to be the 18th NRL team with enough respect here today?
Very seriously, yeah. How would they do it? So I love expansion in I don't love it. I think it's
Yes,
very
your wife told
interesting.
me.
I think it's
God.
I think it's very interesting expansion in sports and how they handle it. The ice hockey in America screwed up expansion, and so I could see us screwing up expansion because, like, what do? Do you let, like, some of the models used around the world are each team gets to protect, say, 5 or 6 players, then the new team drafts one at a time from each of the teams that aren't protected.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
and I wonder how that would work because you can't find a new squad of NRL players. We barely got, like, I support the Tigers. Those guys shouldn't really be playing in the NRL.
Yeah, but how much recruitment have they done from PNG, though? That's the question.
Is Semi Radradra from there?
No, I believe he's Fijian and not a West Tiger.
No, I know. No. Oh, how much has Balmain done? I thought you meant how much has the NRL done from Papua New Guinea. You think there's just a hotbed of NRL talent up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do.
yeah, good.
I-
Well, then, so what is... Do they have to all be Papua New Guinean?
No, they don't, but I think, while we're talking reforms, there's got to be a salary cap relief and dispensation for, local development for teams like that. Anyway, why are we talking about what they should do? This is not what we do.
That's true.
I don't know what we do. I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm sure our listeners don't really either.
But all the best to them. Like, we don't have to carry on about this for ages, but all the best to them. All the best to them.
Absolutely. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see more expansion in the NRL. I think Tasmania, Western Australia, and Adelaide's crying out for a team.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see the Rams back? I don't think anyone would
love
see
to.
the Rams back.
What about a Central Australian team? What about, like, an Alice team?
Jake Arthur dropped after a week of intense nepotism criticism. That's Do you think that's fair on Jake Arthur? Do you think he deserved it?
Break it down for me, please. I love the idea of intense nepotism.
So Jake Arthur is the son of Brad Arthur.
Yeah,
Brad
yeah,
Arthur's the Eels coach. Jake Arthur has been selected in the last few weeks to play. He came in and played 5/8, pushing Dylan Brown, who was playing very well at 5/8, out to the centres, which a lot of people didn't like. Eels have played like poo the last couple of weeks, so everyone's decided it's Jake Arthur's fault, and, by extension, Brad Arthur's fault for picking his son in a team when they think he shouldn't be there.
So, do you think the whole week there's been intense nepotism criticism just coming from all angles?
That's why I wrote it.
Shouldn't pick your kid. He's going to be bad. You shouldn't pick him. He's just your kid.
That's
Shouldn't
why I
pick him.
wrote the headline as
And
is.
how long did he? How long of the week he's like, "No, I'm going to pick him. Oh, there's too much of this. I can't pick him."
It's been in the news, mate.
Yeah, no, I know, but like,
Erin Molan's chimed in.
what's Aaron say?
Well, she's the troll expert now because people trolled her. So anytime there's a trolling story, she's got to chime.
Is this a trolling story? I thought it was a nepotism story.
People trolling him because of the nepotism of his father selecting him in the team.
Oh, I understand. Trolling is rather catch-all for internet insults.
All right, let's just say straight out abuse then.
So, Jake was getting abused, or Brad was getting abused
Jake was getting abused.
because his dad.
You're not
picked
good
him.
enough to be in the team. You're only there because your dad's coach. That kind of
Seems to be working out for the Clearys.
Well, yeah, I want to know, is this the boom time for son and coach combinations? Because we've got 3
I
at the
can
moment.
never remember. 3? Who's the other one?
Kevy Walters' son.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Billy Walters is in the Broncos squad.
Yeah, Billy Walters. Yeah. Good name, Billy Walters. Good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It must be. It is the height of nepotistic football father-son duo time.
Well, did they just see Ivan and Nathan win that Prem last year and just the amazing emotion between the two at the end of the game and just decide, I want that at all costs, even if I look
Yeah.
like
We're only hiring
picking
coaches
my
who have
son.
sons.
Yeah.
only coaches who
moving
have football
informed
sons.
5/8s out of their positions to accommodate that kind of thing.
Do you think it's right? Do you think he should be dropped?
I think he should be dropped. I don't think he should be mercilessly bagged all week by nuffies.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. That's, that's pretty good in any kind of scenario. He should be dropped, but not mercilessly.
Buckland says thumbs up to dropping, thumbs down to abuse.
I like it.
Now, you said you wanted to talk a bit about blowouts.
I found the AFL recently.
Tell your daughter to shut the fuck up.
I know, she's tired. I should probably go help out with that. But she'll be fine. Her mum's there, I'm joking. Listeners at home, her mum's with her, but I should go help them both. I think that the AFL has been... I don't know if I'm just noticing it more, but there's been far more blowouts this year than I recall. The West Coast Eagles come to mind. They're just getting pumped by everyone. And one that got me was Swans v Hawks 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We were down by a goal going into the fourth, and we won by 42 points.
Huh.
It was like, it tried to not be a blowout, but it was a blowout.
Yeah. It did its darndest, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's just, it's weird, and I feel like there's been a fair whack of them, and I feel like even in the NRL, those top 2 teams are just blowing people out, and it just feels like there's a larger gap between top teams and lower teams than there has been in both leagues in some time. Thoughts?
Yeah, thoughts. I do have thoughts. I think last year, I don't know about the AFL, in the NRL, you could blame the rules for blowouts. This year, I think it's... ticker in some instances.
The give up? Do you think people are giving up?
Yeah.
But, I somewhat agree, but I also... Oh, yeah, no, I suppose I agree. Some of those Melbourne kind of last 20 minutes of game, the other team is just doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, no. And you can't, it's... we're around 9 now.
Yeah.
You can't say, I'm not match fit enough yet. It's round 9. So.
Yeah, no, match fitness is not it. It is a heart thing by this time in those last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you're right. Maybe there's a lot of kind of giving up. It looked like the West Coast Eagles had given up the last couple of weeks. They were just not wanting to be out there. And that,
What's happened to them?
Well, I was watching and, I watched a series of play where Lacroix kicked to Glass to something and I was just like, wait a minute. I know these guys. That's right. They were on a good team a decade ago. And I looked them up and they were ranging from 31 to 35.
So
the oldest team.
Eagles have become a bit of a retirement home, have they?
No, I mean...
People want to move over to Perth to see out their sunset years?
I don't know how to do this as an analogy, but no, they just grew old in their own house.
Oh.
They didn't. They didn't get new people in. They just.
Do you need an analogy for just saying?
No.
You stayed in one spot and became old.
There could have been something funny there, but no. They all stayed there and got old.
Yeah.
Shuey is old. Even Josh Kennedy is old. Nick Nat got injured the first round. You know why? Old.
Yeah.
So but
I heard that he also got injured from a paddy whack.
Nick Nat paddy whack. Now he's out for 4 weeks. Hey, that was good. That's good.
Yeah, I've got a soundboard today.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Say something stupid.
Knick-knack, paddy, wick?
There you go.
They all stopped clapping rather quickly there.
They did. I thought there might be a fade on this, but there's not.
Yeah, no, there is not. That was a little odd. I don't know. The blowouts are... Unless you probably support a team that is doing the blowing, then it doesn't make for the most brilliant football, either code, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I get sick of watching Penrith and Melbourne beat the crap out of people.
Yeah.
Just play each other now, and let's call it a year.
Week. Dogs. You fucking dogs.
Yeah. People are getting angry at the way Penrith are going about it, though, aren't they? Who blew up at them last time?
Or you might be talking about the Raiders because
they did the clap thing, didn't they?
Did the Viking clap, which the Raiders pinched off fucking Iceland. So I don't know what they're getting all uppity about. So
yeah, right. Who I assume Iceland pinched it off Denmark.
Oh,
Does that feel right? I feel like long ago, right? Like Vikings are Danes, right?
Oh, I think you can have Icelandic Vikings.
But I thought they were Icelandic because the Danes took that place over.
All right, well, look, let's...
This ain't a history podcast, nor is it a Scandinavian podcast.
You're probably right. Although, try hard enough, we may be one day.
Vikings?
No, a Scandinavian podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, good.
On the AFL, Mick Malthouse is in hot water over an offensive Anzac Day comment.
What did Nicholas say?
So in the sheds in the Anzac Day game, he's there pumping up the boys.
Hold on, mate. Are we hearing shed talk? We're not supposed to hear shed talk.
No, well, yeah, I don't know how it got out. I guess that's my question. But okay. He said...
Yeah, what did he say?
It's either victory or disgrace. Don't disgrace your teammate. Don't disgrace your unit. Don't disgrace yourself, Malthouse said. So obviously, unit, an army unit, he's getting into the Anzac spirit, right?
Oh, I thought it was a genitals thing. Yeah, okay.
Don't disgrace your unit. Don't. What does that mean? Don't let your penis down.
Yeah, that's... Have you never heard that before a game? A coach say, don't let your penis down? Go out there, you're doing it for your mates, you're doing it for your city, right. And of course, don't let your penis down.
So,
you never heard that?
But what are you saying? Like, you miss a goal from in front, you just hear a kind of groan from your pants going, ugh.
Not again, yeah. I thought we talked about this, yeah. No, so what's the problem? Why are people angry at Mick for that?
Well, I haven't finished.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You started talking about
then he called everyone
penises.
Racial slurs.
You started talking about disappointed penises. I didn't finish the quote.
Good name for the ep. Go on.
He went on to say, that opportunity, when it comes, you jump on that horse and you fire from the hip and you just take those Turks right out because they're coming at you. So... I like to think he's not talking about literal Turks. I think they're Turks of, conceptual Turks. Turks of the mind.
Dude, how fucking lost is Mick if he's talking about literal Turks? He thinks they're going out to jump on horses in the middle of the MCG and shoot at Turks?
But that's my point. Wouldn't you only be offended if he was referring to literal Turkish people?
Yeah, I think that's not a problem. I completely understand where he's coming from. Look, granted, it'd be weirder if he did this in round 19, but, because it's the Anzac Day round, I get it.
What happened to Malthouse?
Or if he did it every week.
He had a bad kebab last night.
Yeah, really exactly.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, right. No, I completely get it. I think that's probably a storm in a teacup. Isn't there that thing where, we're... frenemies with Turkey. We all understand we went through something together. We love them for it. We also hate them for it.
I don't think we're even the enemy part of frenemies. I just think we're friends.
Yeah, sure. More friend than me.
Well, we're friends with Japan, and that happened a lot more bloody recently.
Yeah, friends.
Well, yeah. Aren't we in some sort of...
Five Eyes?
Yes, yeah. Five Eyes, that's the one.
Yeah. We are.
Anyway.
They got to get their eyes on bloody Mick. Mick's out to start another war. I think that's fine what Mick was saying. He was trying to invoke the spirit of the Anzacs. He mentioned the combatants the Anzacs were fighting against. That's fine. He didn't mean it literally, I hope, as we said. I can't see anything wrong with that.
Look, I've got some Nick Kyrgios news. There's just a lot of Nick Kyrgios articles coming out. Daily Mail watching him like a bloody
Was this the shit? I got some Nick Kyrgios news. Did you see him fucking smashing cunts in that weird New South Wales celebrity game of basketball?
Yes. Yeah, so Steve Carfino had a big pop at him for acting like a twat in that.
Steve Carfino's a god.
Well, there you go. Here's from the Daily Mail. Nick Kyrgios' neighbour slams the tennis star's entitled parking habit.
Bro, I just decided to look up. I found Nick Kyrgios makes amends as shoddy parking exposed. So we might be able to start the story, then finish the story. So what's his shoddy parking habit?
That's not even
what's
the one
doing?
that's not even the one that got my attention the most earlier. It was Nick Kyrgios and girlfriend look disgruntled on their way to go and get coffee.
Quite often people look disgruntled before they have their coffee.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think the implication was that they were disgruntled with each other.
Talk me through the parking story.
I don't want to.
Okay. I like our new soundboard, except the ends of them. They're way too abrupt.
This is the free version. They're not going to give me a fader, I'm guessing.
Oh. We could probably put a fader on out in post.
Oh, yeah.
Screw your free version.
I don't got time to do that shit.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We used to record in a car.
Paul Gallen has landed the first blow on his opponent, Chris Terzewski.
That's early. Surely you have to wait till the fight starts.
I would have thought so. Oh, hang on, it's metaphorical.
Oh, yeah, metaphorical blow. Is that in brackets?
Labelling the Melbourne-based heavyweight a softcock.
Oh. That was a bit more kind of blunt than I thought.
Exactly, but I'm just like, if you were Chris Terzewski,
yeah,
would you consider that having had a blow landed on you? That's like, it's not even kind of clever or a zinger. It's just,
well, you're not reading enough into the headline. It says a blow landed because obviously it must have really emotionally hurt his opponent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm a softcock.
Right.
I'm going to disgrace my unit.
That's
Go
right.
out and fight. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to get Mick in your corner.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. No, I know what you mean. Quite often they say, oh, it's just fucking fear-casting and hyperbolic bizarro news these days where it's like, Gallen finally reveals that he's going to, train for the fight. And it's like, of course he is. That's how this stuff works. Like, yeah, he's called him a soft cock. Why not? Like,
is this hard in it, though? That's my question. Because, obviously, he wants Sonny Bill, and he's got to fight all these fucking no-names while he's waiting for Sonny Bill, even though it is for a title. Like,
can I say, I'm kind of fucking over the Gallen fighting shit. What I'd like to see...
He wants to retire this year.
Well, yeah, look, what I'd like to see is... I have no opinion either way. He might be good, he might not. He appears to have fought no one. Just put him in the ring against someone who's a good fighter, and we'll see what happens.
Hang on, are you saying he got in there and fought no one?
Yeah. Don't you remember that?
Was that pay-per-view?
Well, they only charge you half. It was 25 because there was only one guy in the ring. But, he fought no one. But no, I mean, who's he fought? Barry Hall? That was a joke. That other big man who's, kind of like Barry Hall, but an off-brand Barry Hall, different
Brown,
one.
Daddy Brown?
That's it. Yeah. Big Barry Hall Brown, like that guy. Just
Justice
let him fight
Hooney?
a real fighter. Yeah. Who? Whose name is
He
Justice?
won, though. Well, he beat him, and he's an actual boxer, so...
Is he?
Yeah.
Have you... Okay, who's Justice Hooney beaten recently, Stu?
Legitimate boxers who we don't know the names of because they're not ex-footballers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fair. That's my point. I want a real boxer, but apparently Justice Hooney is one, but I don't know about that. I want him to fight Tyson. Fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Did you see Tyson beat that guy up on the plane?
We talked about this last week. Are you going to do this all the time?
Yeah, we did. No. Just then, when I brought up Tyson.
All
Not
right.
often.
That's the end of our... Well, we've got segments now, so that's the end of our domestic segment. After the break, international.
Good, we kept... Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sound like a vault shutting.
And
Whoa,
we're back.
Whoa.
Stop being startled by the noises, Monty.
Sorry.
It's a whole new world here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think just before we quickly get on to some quick Monty international news,
I get you. Yeah.
I think we should probably give your news, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Absolutely. I have decided to have elective surgery and gain a third leg. Not in a sexual way, just an actual third leg.
Okay. I thought you were going to get some sort of antidepressant treatment into your own penis, who's been disappointed for a long time.
Yeah, it's time to no longer disrespect or disgrace or diss anything my unit.
Don't disunit. No, come on, what's your news?
Moving to Canada? Is that what you're talking about? Moving to the other side of the world? Yeah.
Packing your family up and...
Yeah, I'm packing up my little daughter and my lovely wife, and we're heading, and the 2 greyhounds, and we're moving to Canada. And that's why, I don't know if you'll notice, because we do things weirdly, but Stu and I have been trialling a new kind of format for this What's the Go, a home and away style format.
It's not working well so far because we just keep rambling on and not sticking too closely to the script. But it will get there. Can I just say that I would love to sit next to a greyhound on a plane. That would be pretty good.
Mate, they are costing me a fair whack of money to get to another country. And they're going in style.
Can't you just get different ones when you're there? They all look alike, don't they?
If I got 2 new black ones, they'd look pretty similar. But no, I love these 2. They're very nice. Well, I love one of them a lot. The other one's here. And they're going to, it'll be interesting to see greyhounds in minus 30 degrees.
That's right, because you move into Edmonton, which gives me a chance to do some Bill Burr gear.
Oh, yeah, go on. What do you got?
Go the fucking Oilers. That's my Bill Burr.
Why does Bill Burr talk about Edmonton?
He likes the Oilers.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. The fucking Oilers.
Wouldn't he like the Bruins? He seems very Boston.
Oh, maybe he does like the Bruins. Well, I've heard him yell about the Oilers a lot, so I assumed he liked them, but maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he does. I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't think he's Canadian. Either way,
retract that bad impression then from the record.
We're going in 6 weeks, so we're going to get this. We're going to get this format under like, I don't know what under. I started saying under. It's not what I meant. We're going to get it down pat. We're going to get it. Is it down pat or packed?
I think if you're trying to convince people we're going to get things nice and schmick, you've got to be able to finish a sentence without distracting yourself.
But I think people want to know these things. Like, I think that's what they come for, to hear 2 men argue over if it's down pack or down pat.
Oh, it's down pat, for sure.
Which one? What did you say?
The down pat.
Pat. P-A-T?
Yeah.
I thought it was down pack.
Wow.
Either way, we're going to get the home and away down, and then each week you're going to get, first half we're talking about local stuff to you, the listener, unless you're listening somewhere else. And then the second half we're going to get North American-based, European-based stuff from me in Canada, including we're going to get a real kind of like, because the season coincides about that time, we're going to have a weekly CFL, Canadian Football Update. We're going to be... all right. We're going to be following along with a team that... it's one of those teams that's great where they had a racist name, so they had to change it recently. I love that in teams. Have you seen that in baseball?
Yeah, but I think once... I've got to say, I'm really sorry. I think once again we're going to talk about other stuff we've talked about before. Because I'm sure we've talked about this. So... Tell me
It is true.
This is me cracking it along. We say we're going to do it, so I'm doing it. Baseball.
Let's. Baseball. So that's actually weirdly where I was leading to. So what I was saying was the racist names, right? This year, it's so weird seeing the Cleveland Guardians.
Right.
Not the Cleveland Indians, the Cleveland Guardians. And
Gotcha.
It's so weird seeing it because about a month ago, it was very possible we weren't getting baseball because there was labour disagreements and the season started late, but they're doing that thing again where they're just trying to pack the whole season, 162 games in. So there's quite often like 2 games a day for 5 or 6 teams. Well, probably not 5. That wouldn't work.
I like the idea of teams like having... the next game start before the current game finishes.
In a different city. So for me, it's really good. I really enjoy baseball, so it's good to... It's like, would you like it if you had cricket and, say, your cricket team in a... Say, all the world cricket players played in a league and it was on for 162 games in 5 months?
No, I think that's the Big Bash. That's what happened to the Big Bash. Everyone got the shits with it. It was too much.
3 hours, 5 times a week of your favourite cricket players going around?
Yeah, but it's... Yeah, sorry. Maybe in the right format. Yeah.
Test match?
Yeah. Now you're
162 test matches a year. You couldn't squeeze that in, could you? Or they'd have to be overlapping. They'd have to be.
That's fine.
Yeah,
We've got
you'd have to
KO,
bowl
that's
six balls on one kind of pitch and walk over to another pitch and bowl. You'd have to have a large squad. Yeah, I'm happy to have baseball back. I quite enjoy watching it. It's a chess game. I like the pageantry around it. I like the seventh inning stretch. I like that they sing a song. I love the unwritten rules of baseball, that you can do some things and not others. I like when they hit people or don't hit people. I think it's fun, baseball.
I keep telling myself that that I might enjoy watching baseball, and then I never follow it up.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the good thing is you can just tune in or out for, literally you can tune out for 3 months and tune back in. It's fine.
I tell you what I do love, though, and that's watching golf. I don't care what it is, what level, where it is, who's playing.
Yeah, I quite enjoy watching golf too, because there's never a dull moment.
No.
Well, there's never a dull moment because you move straight from one shot to something else important.
It's also very relaxing. You've got all the greenery. You've got, a lot of calmness.
Absolutely.
When people are taking their shots. And you've got the announcers that are
hushed tones.
Almost ASMR kind of.
Get some legs.
Now he's going to. I love it.
Lining up for a shot. Lining up there. You ever watch the Waste Management International? Waste Management. It's the PGA that happens in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's about maybe the 5th, I think, event of the year. And it's like the fucking, party golf event.
Okay.
Everyone gets hammered at it, and it's, really different to regular golf. And this year was, particularly hammered. I think it was Brooks Koepka won or something like that.
Right.
And when he hit the winning putt, fucking people were, throwing beer in the air.
I see.
And,
but are the players toasted?
No, I don't think so. I don't think... Oh, speaking of which, I was watching a bit of snooker last night, and that's still a sport where it looks like... And they were saying one of the guys has to have, I think it's 5 pints over the whole match. But yeah, snooker's a lot of fun to watch.
5 pints?
That's Zen. Yeah, Jimmy 5 pints. Yeah, old Jimmy. Yeah, I like a sport where you can legit have beer and it won't hurt you, might help you.
Okay, and then basketball.
Oh, yeah. It's the basketball playoffs, and it looks like anyone can win. It's very interesting because it's more wide open than it's ever been. And you know who's horrible? Ben Simmons. He seems like a bad person.
Yeah, it seems to have evolved that way, doesn't it, over maybe 3 or 4 months?
I heard, inside stuff is he's, legit addicted to Call of Duty.
Oh,
and that's what's stopping him. Legit addicted. Which I think is a weird thing to have happened, but sure.
I like to think it's one of the early ones that it's on PlayStation 2. He just has that.
He's running around at the Somme or something like that in PlayStation 2. Yeah, I like it. I'm into that. It's fine. That's really all I had on basketball.
That's fine because we need to finish. Do you think people enjoy podcasts where one host is just telling the other one to hurry up so we can finish?
I think that's actually a good conceit for a whole podcast. One person's trying to go on longer, and the whole time, from the very start, the other one's trying to speed it up and wrap it. That's funny.
I've got an early start. Like let's just get to the end.
Yeah, all right. The other thing I wanted to tell you about was the Premier League. I don't think Liverpool can overtake City, but maybe they can. That's about it.
What an insight. You don't think they can, but maybe they can.
I don't think they will, but maybe they can.
Hang on a sec. Let's find an appropriate reaction. I can't believe we waited till the last minute for that kind of insight.
The last minute says you. Yeah, no, we did. Let's, I think, let's work on getting the halves kind of more even. That's my fault with the tangents in the beginning. No, sorry, listeners.
No, that's all right. It's my fault for trying to get in contact with you again.
Yeah, I know. So you screwed this all up.
All right, thanks everybody. Let's do it again next week. Enjoy. Well done, Monty.
I don't know about you, but it's very overpowering sound.
That's the idea, I think. There's 40 seconds of this.
Wow, 40 seconds.
I'm going to stop
cuts
it.
out quick.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, listeners.
All right.
Hello, my name is Piers Grove, and I'm a founder, publisher, and managing director. In March 2022, I'd just been named Managing Director of Australian Geographic and set up Scout Publishing. Then everything changed. 404 Brain Not Found, the podcast for stroke survivors and their friends and colleagues. We explore the absurd experience and frustrating journey of stroke recovery. 404 Brain Not Found, a general experiments podcast on all podcast streamers.
My name's Stu,
I'm Rachel.
and we are fans
Obsessives might be the word.
of the 90s. The 90s. The 90s. The 90s. You can follow the podcast on your favourite podcast app. Rachel, what's the name of the show?
Swinging on the flippity flop.
Why the 90s?
We lived it.
We lived it, we were it.
Was it the best decade ever or the lamest? Let's find out.
Flippity flop.